Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to the temple for Shabbat evening services as we have the Bat Mitzvah of Maya Ciriano and our Havdalah service. For those of you who are joining us here live, you should have found at your seats a copy of the service so you can follow along and participate. For those of you who are following us on the live stream, there's a digital flipbook version of the service which is available in the YouTube description on our YouTube channel. Or you could just decide to sit back, relax, and enjoy these last moments of Shabbat as we welcome Maya Ciriano as our leader for this Havdalah service. Our service begins with the singing of Hine Ma Tov, how good and how pleasant it is that brothers and sisters can dwell together.
תמים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת תמים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת תמים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת תמים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת תמים גם יחד.
It's now my pleasure to invite Julie and Steve Ciriano to bring up the talit with which Maya will be leading our service.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef bat tzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hauls us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes.
Our service continues on page 1 with the singing of Ashrei.
Ashrei Yoshvei Hallelujah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Odye Hallelujah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Ashrei, Odye Hallelujah, Selah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Ashrei, Odye Hallelujah, Selah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Odye Hallelujah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Odye Hallelujah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Ashrei, Odye Hallelujah, Selah, Selah. Ashrei Yoshvei B'techa, Ashrei, Odye Hallelujah, Selah, Selah.
We continue at the bottom of page 1. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We rise on page 2 for the call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarah. Baruch Adonai Hamvarah le'olam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'araviv arabim, v'hokma poteach she'arim, uvitbuna meshaneh itim, u'mahalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, v'mishmerotehem, barakia kirtzono b'rei yom, v'layla galil or mipnei Hoshem, v'loshem mipnei or, u'mahavir yom, u'mevi layla, u'mavdel ben yom, Ubein Laila, Adonai Sebaot Shemo, El Hai Vekayam, Tamid Yimloch Alenu Alam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Hamaraviv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, ruling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Sebaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai Hamaraviv Aravim. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Baruch Shem Kavot Malhuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha u'b'chol ashecha u'b'chol me'odecha, v'hayu ha'vadarim ha'ela, asher anohi mitzav ha'ayom al levanecha, v'shinartam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shita beitecha u'v'lefta b'derek u'shopaha u'v'kemecha, u'shartam le'ot al yodecha, v'hayu l'totafot b'ninecha, Beninaha, Uvtavtam, Amuzazot Beteha Avishraha, Lama'an Tiskaru, Ve Sitem et Kol Matsotai, Ve Tem Kadoshim Lehem, Ani Adonai Lehem, Osher Hotzeti at Hem, Me Eretz Mitzrayim, Lahiot Lachem Lehem, Ani Adonai Lehem.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
Sing the song of men and women, join in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished. A song for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi kamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, nora tehilot, oseh pele, mi kamocha bailim Adonai. Mi kamocha neder bakodesh.
Please rise for the tefillah and turn to page 6.
Adonai sifatai tifta ufia tehillateka. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Anara, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, v'Honei HaKol, v'Zoher Hasdeh, Avot v'Imot, v'Mevi Ge'ula livnei v'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo ba'ahava, Melech Hazer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Source of all being, we turn to you as there are people did in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts, they saw you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to see the wonder of being. Give us courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring nearer the world we envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. We read together on page 7.
You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the doorframe, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold, that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They filled me with wonder. Sit with me, Eternal Teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מה אדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני, ממקומו אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכינו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו. ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני, קדוש, 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 ימוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה, הללויה, הללויה,
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the Holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated.
Our service continues on page 9 with the singing of Yismachu. Please join in if you know the song, or clap along at least.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
Mitzvah.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת. חמדות ימים אותו קראת שבת.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. זכר למעשה וראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world, with our hearts and hands, we give praise. For the peace in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For the gift of Shabbat, which renews us for life, we offer blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Blessed are you who blesses the Sabbath. We continue with the singing of Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace, which can be found in the middle of page 10.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tazim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tazim le'olam.
take a moment now for silent prayer. Top of page 11, you'll find the words to Mishaberach, our prayer for healing and for hope, which we offer on behalf of all of our loved ones, those members of our congregation who are in need of prayers for healing and help, those in hospitals and in nursing homes, recovering from illness and loss. For all of us and for all our world, we offer these prayers of hope for a healing that we will be a part of making, and a healing that will heal us as well. Please join us in Mishaberach, top of page 11. Continue now with Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of the Torah, which can be found on page 12. As we are able, at the bottom of page 12. In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai, Agidula, Agidula.
seated. And Maya will be reading the prayer for becoming a bat mitzvah at the bottom of page 13.
Our God and God of our ancestors, I stand before the sacred assembly, proclaiming that I choose to be a part of a people of Israel, a part of its heritage and its fate, bound by its commandments. Give me strength to follow your path and to be a source of pride to my family, my community, and my people. How greatly we are blessed, how good is our portion, how pleasant our lot, and how beautiful our heritage. Blessed we are when we sanctify your name and declare, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Our Torah portion is taken from the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, beginning with verse 1. Baruch hu Adonai Hamvarah. Baruch Adonai Hamvarah le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim. Ve'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Vadaber Adonai el Moshe behar Sinai lemor. Daber el bnei Yisrael v'amata alehem ki tava'u el haaretz asher ani noten lahem v'shavta haaretz Shabbat Adonai sheish shanim tizra sadeha V'shesh shanim tizmor karmeha ve'asavta et devateha v'vashana hashvi'it Shabbaton yiyeh la'aretz Shabbat Adonai sadha lo tizra v'karmeha lo tizmor Eis v'yak katsiraha lo tivzor Ve'in ve'naziraha lo tigzor Shana Shabbaton yiyeh la'aretz Ve'hata Shabbat ha'aretz lahem l'kla Leha ulavdeha Ve'livnuha Ve'lizkirha L'toshavha Hagarim ima Ve'livhem teha Ve'lahaya asher Barta Tia Koteva Leho.
You can follow along as Maya reads the English translation of her Torah portion in the handouts by your seats.
The Eternal said to Moses at Mount Sinai, Speak to the Israelites and say to them, When you enter the land I am going to give you, the land itself must observe a Sabbath to the Eternal. For 6 years plant your fields, and for 6 years prune your vineyards and gather their crops. But in the 7th year the land is to have a year of rest, a Sabbath to the Eternal. Do not plant your fields or prune your vineyards. Do not reap what grows of itself or harvest the grapes of your unattended vines. The land is to have a year of rest. Whatever the land yields during the Sabbath year, it will be food for you, for yourself, the women and men who work for you, and the hired worker and temporary resident who live among you, as well as for your livestock and the wild animals in your land. Whatever the land produces may be eaten. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam natav v'tohenu, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
וזאת התורה שעשה משה לפני בני ישראל. וזאת התורה שעשה משה לפני בני ישראל. על פי אדוני ויאמר
introduce her Haftorah portion now.
Our Haftorah portion is taken from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, beginning with verse 1. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'aravi v'aravim, asher bahar b'vim tovim, v'ratza v'divrehem ha'ne'emarim b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'torah, u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo, u'mviviei ha'emet v'asedek. Hata Yehuda Ketuva, Be'et Barzel Betziporim Shamir, Harusha Aluach Libam, Ukarnot Mizbehotehem, Kiz Kor Benehem Mizbehotam, Be'asherehem Al Eitz Ra'anan, Al Givaot Hagvahot, Hareri Besadeh, Helha Ko'otzr Teha, Lavas Etain, Bemoteha Behatat Behol Gevleha, Vishamata Uvcha, Mina halatha asher natati lach, v'chavatiha oiveha, ba'aretz asher lo yadata, ki eish kadachtem ba'api, ad olam tukad. Ko amor Adonai, aror hagever asher yivtach ba'adam, v'sam besar zero, umin Adonai yasor libo, v'hayak ar ba'areva, v'lo yireh ki avotov. V'sakan harerim b'midbar, eretz malecha v'lo teshev. Baruch hagever asher yivtach ba'Adonai, v'haya Adonai mivtachu.
You can follow along again in the handout with the English of her Haftarah.
Judah's sin is engraved with an iron tool, inscribed with a flint point on their tablets of their hearts and on the horns of their altars. Even their children remember their altars and Asherah's poles beside the spreading trees and on the high hills, my mountain in the land and your wealth and all your treasures. I will give away as plunder, together with your high places, because of sin throughout your country. By your own fault you will lose the inheritance I gave you. I will enslave you to your enemies in a land you do not know, for you have kindled my anger, and it will burn forever. This is what the Eternal says. Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who draws strength from mere flesh, and whose heart turns away from the Eternal. That person will be like a bush in the wasteland. They will not see prosperity when it comes. They will dwell in the parched places of the desert, in a salt land where no one lives. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Eternal, whose confidence is in them. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes, its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought, and never fails to bear fruit.
Now the blessing after the Haftarah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sor kol ha'olamim tzadik, v'chol hadarot ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer v'oseh hamdaber kayam, shekol devarav emet v'asedek, al hatarah al ha'evadah, v'al hanvi'im v'al yom hashabat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnuha lekavod u'tif ha'aret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach uvarhim, otachi barak shimcha, b'fi kol hai, tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mekodesh hashabbat.
It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Hi, thank you for coming to my Mitzvah. I am going to explain more about my Torah portion so it's a little easier to understand. My Torah portion is about God saying to Moses that when you live in the land of Israel, you will have 6 years where you work hard, and then you will have a year where your hard work pays off and you will rest. And you will share your food that you have made with everyone equally. A lesson that I learned while reading my Torah portion is that everyone deserves rest. Actually, everyone. Even the land rested. I also learned that the purpose of sharing food with everyone is to teach us that everyone is equal in God's eyes. Now that I am becoming a bat mitzvah, it feels weird. I am proud that I am finally here, but it's also a relief. Becoming a bat mitzvah is an opportunity for people to come together. I am happy that my family and friends can be here to share this day with me. For my mitzvah project, I volunteered at the Woodstock Foundation, which is an animal research rescue center that fosters and does adoptions for dogs and cats. I help take care of the animals every other weekend, and I really love doing it. Doing this project was a big part for me for becoming a bat mitzvah. I would like to thank everyone who helped me become a bat mitzvah. First, I'd like to thank my mom and dad. Thank you for always supporting me. Mom, thank you for working super hard planning my bat mitzvah. You are such a nice person, and you are so easy to talk to. I really admire your success and your hard-working spirit. I love you. You are the best mom I could ask for. Dad, you're a great dad. I really appreciate you for being my fielding coach. You're very nice and super smart, and I really admire your hard work. You're always there to encourage me to do well in school. I love you so much, and I am very grateful that you're my dad. Hannah, you're a great older sister, and you are super nice and always supportive of everything I do. You've always been a great role model for me, and you are super easy to talk to. You're a great older sister. I love you so much. Becca, thanks for being a great big sister. You are so nice and funny. You're a great listener, and I love talking to you about anything. I love hearing your stories about your work. I love you. Thank you for being an awesome big sister. I want to thank my grandparents for joining me here today, virtually or in person. I love you all so much. Papa and Nana, thank you for coming here today from so far away. It's been so long since I have seen you. It's really nice to have you here with me today. Papa, I'm so sorry that you couldn't be here in person, but I'm happy you'll be able to watch me become a bat mitzvah virtually. I love coming to visit you for winter break. I always have a great time. Grandma, I miss you so much, and I wish you could be here today. To all my aunts, uncles, and cousins, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you guys being here or watching me virtually as I become a bat mitzvah. I love seeing everyone for the holidays. It's very fun. Having everyone here makes it even more special for me. I also want to thank everyone who has helped me be here today to become a bat mitzvah. And to all my friends, thank you for always being there for me, supporting me in everything I do. I am so glad to have you in my life and to be great friends with you guys. I'd like to thank all my friends for being here with me as I become a bat mitzvah.
We can say mazel tov and congratulations, because she just became a bat mitzvah. Congratulations. Her mom and dad might have a few words to say.
Maya, where are you? Come over here. Okay. So thank you all for coming. Maya, this is really to you. It's hard to believe that we're here today. And you're 13, and you actually had a bat mitzvah. We still think of you as the baby of the family. You bring so much joy to our lives, and today is one of those moments. I am so proud of all the hard work and practice and everything that you did for today. I'm proud to be your mom. You are so smart, kind, caring, compassionate. You're such a hard worker, and you're such an empathetic person. Thank you to our family and friends who could be here with us today and virtually. We appreciate all of your support as we got ready for today. Thank you to Mariah Goldstein and Rabbi Rapport for all your hard work getting her ready.
Not much to add to that. All I'll say is we just want to say how proud we are of Maya, especially during these challenging times of virtual learning and disruption. She may be the youngest in our family, but she led by example in the past few months, several months, of not letting circumstances get in the way of preparing for the special day I mean, she was kind of a role model to me. Dad, quit complaining. I'm fine. We'll keep this very short and just say we are truly blessed to have a girl as special as Maya as our daughter. And I thank everybody for coming, and from far and from close, and everybody watching virtually. Hi, Dad. Thank you, everybody, for making this possible, and I'm thankful to the temple here for being, I think, the only temple in the region that's doing this in person right now. It's very special, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you very much.
Maya, I'll be brief as well. We've had lots of time in the course of preparing for this for us to be able to share any wisdom I might have offered, but let me just add one little thing. The name of your Torah portion is perfect. It's Bahar, because, as you probably know really by heart now, by Deber Adonai El Moshe, Bahar is the beginning of your portion. That means, Bahar means Bahar Sinai on Mount Sinai. Your Torah portion takes place at Mount Sinai. At the very moment when we receive the Torah from God through Moses' hands. And that's like the perfect bat mitzvah portion, because here you are receiving the Torah and taking it into your hands to carry it forward in this generation. This is the story that happens the second time around in the Bible, where Moses, having brought the Ten Commandments down from Mount Sinai and smashed them because the people of Israel had already broken them, he went back up and then wrote them himself. God spoke them and Moses wrote them with his own hands. And that's really our hope for you, that as we hand you the Torah, like the people of Israel received it so many thousands of years ago at Mount Sinai, they rest in your hands now. And I think they rest very safely. But it's up to you to write them, to be able to stand on the shoulders of the people who came before you, but understand what Torah and what being Jewish and what being a member of a community that you care about will mean for you in the generation to come. When I say you stand on the shoulders of those who came before you, I mean in part your sisters, who gave you great examples, becoming bat mitzvah in their turn and showing you that you could do this too. Maybe terrifying you at the prospect, but showing you that you could do this too. And your parents, and your grandparents, and your congregation, and your friends, all of whom have had some small part in helping to make you who you are. But mostly it's you. And from here on, as an adult in the Jewish community and as a leader who's led us so beautifully today, we look forward to you being a leader for many years to come. Let me offer you this blessing as you go forth as a bat mitzvah in our community. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May the Lord bless you and keep you from harm. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted to you always, Maya, and grant you the blessing of peace. Amen. We have a special anthem for you about this journey.
To a place that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a land you do not know. On your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. And I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. To the place that I will show you. L'simchat chaim, l'simchat chaim. blessing, Lehila.
Maya, in honor of your bat mitzvah, underneath the pulpit in front of you, not the Havdalah set, there's another pile of things there that you might find. They're gifts for you in thanks from your congregation. That one that you're holding in your hand in the box, that's a tzedakah box from our temple sisterhood to remind you to do good deeds just as you have in the process of becoming a bat mitzvah all your life. There's also a book there that comes to you from the Jewish community, and a special gift for the wonderful work you did in your tzedakah project, as well as an envelope that has all kinds of certificates, your bat mitzvah certificate, and congratulations from various people. But the really important one is the one from the National Federation of Temple Youth, which is a gift certificate for your first trip to the land of Israel. So we wish you well on this journey as you go forward. We now rise on page 17 for the adoration for the Elena. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Our service continues at the bottom of page 17. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. It has been said Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one, and God's name will be one.
Our thoughts turn to those who've departed from this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. This week, at this service, we remember particularly members of Maya's family: Marion Ciriano, Joy Ciriano, Minnie Brown, Beth Cohen, Nancy Chernoff, Landy Ciriano. We hold these names in our hearts with all those we love as we rise on page 18 and recite the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, balma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamichon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, b'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam umei umaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei rekudusha b'richu. Leilo min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. And let us say together, amen. Please be seated. I'd like to invite my sisters to come up because we have one more blessing to do, actually a series of blessings. It's called Havdalah. As the Sabbath departs, as the sun begins to sink low, this special ceremony that separates the Sabbath from the regular days of the week has particular meaning for us on this particular Sabbath because it signifies another separation from childhood to young adulthood. As Maya has become a leader in our community, this Havdalah, this separation, this new beginning, it begins here as well. The service can be found on page 19. And Hannah, it's time to light the match.
Hine el Yeshuati efta Berlow efchad. Ki ozi v'zimra ya li Adonai vahi li Yeshua. Ushavtem mayim b'sasom mima'ayane ha-Yeshua. La Adonai ha-Yeshua al amcha v'hateha selah. Behold the God who gives me triumph. I am confident, unafraid, for Adonai is my strength and might, and has been my deliverance. Joyfully shall you draw water from the mountains of triumph. Deliverance is Adonai's, your blessing be upon your people, Selah.
We continue on page 20.
I'll let you in on a secret about how one should pray the sunset prayer. It's a juicy bit of praying, like strolling on grass. Nobody's chasing you, nobody hurries you. You walk toward your Creator with gifts in pure, empty hands. The words are golden, their meaning is transparent. It's as though you're saying them for the first time. If you don't catch on that you should feel a little elevated, you're not praying the sunset prayer. The tuner is sheer simplicity. You're just lending a helping hand to the sinking day. It's a heavy responsibility. You take a created day and you slip it into the archive of life where our lived out days are lying together. The day is departing with a quiet kiss. It lies open at your feet while you stand saying the blessings. You can't create anything yourself, but you can lead the day to its end and see clearly the smile of its going down. See how whole it all is, not diminished for a second, how you age with the days and keep dawning, how you bring your lived out day as a gift to eternity.
Maya lifts the Kiddush cup, symbol of the sweetness of this moment.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'rei pri hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'rei pri hagafen.
And now the sweet spices, that we might remember the sweetness of this moment for many days to come.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'rei minei v'shamim. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of varied spices.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'rei minei v'samim.
Baruch atah atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei me'arei ha'esh. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the lights of fire.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei me'arei ha'esh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavdil bein kodesh l'chol, bein or l'oshet, bein Yisrael la'amim, bein yom hashvi'i l'sheshet, yamei ham'aseh. Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil bein kodesh l'chol. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who distinguishes between the holy and the ordinary, between light and dark, between Israel and the nations, between the seventh and the 6 days of work. Praise to you, Adonai, who distinguishes between the holy and the ordinary.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavdil bein kodesh l'chol. Eliyahu hanavi, Eliyahu hatishbi, Eliyahu hakiladi, bimhera b'yaminu, Yavo Elinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu hanavi, Eliyahu hatishbi, Eliyahu hakiladi. Shavua tov, 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 Shavua tov. A good week, a week of peace, make gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, make gladness reign and joy increase.
Shavua Tov, may it be a good week for all of us. Mazel tov, congratulations to our new bat mitzvah. May you all have a pleasant week.